in the last year, none of us have been doing this right. If you've been still using the ORM/D consumer commodities, apparently that actually hasn't even been right for like almost 2 years. Hey Toy-Addicts, it's Jody. Today I'm going to talk to you about labeling your packages that have perfume or cologne in them. So I had done a video a few years back, this video here, that talked about how to package those items, and that video is still great for that, so go ahead and check that out if you haven't watched that. But the labeling has changed. So I got some packages back, and let me show you what happened here. So I ship a lot of cologne and perfume for my eBay store, and today I got 3 boxes back because apparently the classifications have changed. Actually, they changed in 2020. I had no idea. So this is the sheet that they sent me. Saying they have amended the regulations, and instead of putting consumer commodities ORMD, you need to now put either a surface or an air label. So I'm going to go on and figure out what size this label needs to be, which one I need to put, and then I will share with you guys what I find out, because this is annoying. So you can tell how frustrating that was. I had to rebuy postage for all 3 of those packages, and I didn't really know what exactly I needed to do for the packaging, and so I tried to call, and I was really frustrated because I was afraid of getting the packages back again and having to pay again. And you know, that was almost $30 of postage because you have to ship those out parcel post. So when you sell a perfume or cologne, that has to be shipped parcel post, because parcel post is ground shipping. You cannot ship the perfume or cologne through the USPS over the air because it's flammable. And according to the Department of Transportation, flammable items are not supposed to be flown over the air. Now, they do have certain rules and changes about different items, but this is how it is right now for perfume or cologne, because it has alcohol in it, then it's flammable, and if it's flammable, it's not shippable by air. What I did after I got these messages was I tried to call, email, whatever I could do to talk to somebody about this. I ended up talking to seven different people and got different answers from every one of them. So the first person I talked to, so I was talking to her for a long time, and we were basically both just searching the internet and the USPS website to try and figure it out together, because she didn't have any idea and I didn't have any idea. And then I ended up talking to her supervisor, who also didn't have any idea. And then I sent some emails to USPS.com, and the person that emailed me back didn't have any idea, but they did send me to a special organization within the USPS called the Mailing and Shipping Solutions Center. So at the Mailing and Shipping Solutions Center, the person that I talked to there kind of sent me the same information that I found online, even though I specifically asked him, and this is kind of what I was trying to find out, is what were the requirements of this sticker? Did I need to buy specific stickers? Could I print out my own stickers? Could I write it on with a Sharpie? Now, even he could not tell me specifically what the guidelines were, because they're vague. Let me tell you that some of these people that I talked to did not have a clue, couldn't even find the information that I found on the internet. One gal that I talked to told me, just you don't have to mark it. Just don't mark it anymore. If you don't mark it, then they don't know that there's anything flammable in there, and it's fine. Bad advice. Bad. Don't do that. But that's the advice she gave me. And this was, I was told, was a supervisor. So I'm not doing that, and I would not suggest you do that either. Although I'm pretty sure a lot of people do that, probably more because they don't know what they're supposed to do instead of, you know, trying to be malicious about it. Here's what I did find out. This is the marking, and it is a white square on point with black tips filled in the top and the bottom. It should be on a white or contrasting background. And it says it has to be durable, legible, and visible. According to the website, the size of this is supposed to be 3.94 inches. So basically 4 inches tall. It can be as small as 2 inches tall if necessary. Also, it says they want this to be on the same side of your box as an address. But like for me, if I'm shipping a cologne, I'm using a small box, like usually a 6x4x2 or a 6x4x4. So this is not going to fit on the same size as a label like this. So if it's not on the same side as the address label, then it should be on an adjacent side. So just as close as you can get to that. Now, if I wish to ship it in a box like this, of course, my address label is this size, so it's going to be on this side. It's not going to fit on this side, so I would just have to put it on the bottom. Wouldn't have a choice. So my question was, could I just write this on the box with a Sharpie? And I guess it's possible if your box is white. But if you use a brown box like this, it's not going to be contrasting, therefore probably not with a Sharpie. And the Mailing Solution Center person said they didn't think you should do it with a Sharpie. However, when I went to my local post office and talked to them, I actually talked to people at 2 of my local post offices, and they both said that they just have a Sharpie available, and if someone says they have Perfume, they draw it on with a Sharpie. So they also show at one of the post office, they also showed me that they had just printed some tiny little versions of this, and they just cut them out and tape them on. According to both of the post office workers and at least 2 of the other people that I talked to, in the last 1 year, USPS has changed this rule 5 times. They said everyone's been confused about it. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But we're trying to get the most accurate information that is true right now. You should have this on your package. On the front if you can, on the side if you can't, and I guess on the bottom if you have no other choice. But this needs to be at least 2 inches. Should be 4, but it has to be at least 2 inches. Anything smaller than 2 inches, you need written permission from someone in the Department of Transportation. Previously, we wrote Consumer Commodities ORM/D on those. And now this is all we have to do. And there shouldn't be anything around it distracting it either, it says. In the little sheet that they sent me saying, hey, you're wrong and you have to repay for this, they have this one and they have the one with the Y. The Y is ones that can go air. And that's a whole different classification of hazmat stuff that can go air, that has lower or higher flammability points or something, and doesn't affect perfume or cologne. So it's just this. So this goes on your box, and you should be doing the same thing as I talked about in that last video. You should be making sure that your perfume or cologne is closed really tight. Put some sort of absorbent material around it. It could be paper towels or napkin, and then it needs to be sealed inside of a Ziploc bag, making sure that the air is all out so that it's really safe in there. And then of course put bubble wrap and whatever you would put around the outside and put it inside a box. You can't send perfume or cologne in like a bubble mailer or a poly mailer or anything like that. It needs to be inside a hard-sided corrugated cardboard box for safety. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out, because yeah, this perfume cologne change thing, it's confusing. But what I did is, on my website that's linked below, toy-addict.com, I just have a link where I made a graphic that is like this, where you can click on it, and then you should be able to just do Control P on your computer, and it should come up as the same size of the 4x6 label, and then print 2 out. And then of course you have to turn it, you know, on your package. And so you can also buy these. You can buy them from Uline. They're kind of expensive. There's lots of people on eBay that are selling them for like 25 to 50 cents per label, which I thought was kind of crazy. These labels, thermal printer, so it's costing, you know, a penny each for me to make these. Until I hear otherwise, this is what I'm going to go with. Okay, guys, hopefully this helped. And if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comment section down below. And I will see you next time.